So hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So I'm really excited for this one. Something a little bit different on the channel. We're going to go in search of a famous footballer, Duncan Edwards, who tragically died in Munich air crash. But we are going to give you a little bit more history as we go along. And I really hope you enjoy this vlog, because it's took a lot of preparation and finding out key facts and finding out exactly where he's laid to rest. So enjoy this vlog, guys.
Well, Duncan Edwards was 1 year. He was actually a little after the first introduction of the Busby Babes. He was a year older than me. I came in 1953. Duncan Edwards came in 1952. And Jimmy Murphy, the then assistant manager and the coach here at Old Trafford, picked me up at the station and took me to my digs, and he was telling me all about, all he ever mentioned was one player. He says, we've got this young player, Duncan Edwards, who's a wonderful ability, right foot, left foot, short passing, long passing, great control, fast, good in the air. You know, as an enthusiasm, wants to score goals. He'll be the last man behind it to defend. He says he's a sensational player. And I couldn't believe anybody could be that good, because I thought to myself, well, I'm a schoolboy international, you know. I don't think anybody can be as good as that, but he was. And I don't think I've ever been more impressed with any young player ever than with Duncan Edwards. He was physically big, and he had this presence, and he had this confidence that he knew he was a great player.
So our first stop is Priory Park here in Dudley. We're going to take a look at this plaque and when it was unveiled. On 4th of October 2016, fans were eager to catch a glimpse of the England and Manchester United legend, Sir Bobby Charlton, as he unveiled the blue plaque to commemorate Duncan Edwards at Priory Park. Edwards, who honed his skills at the park near to his childhood home and the Priory estate, died as a result in the Munich air crash in 1958. Now let's have a little look what it says on this plaque. Obviously you've got Manchester United, Dudley Borough and England. Duncan Edwards, footballer of a genius. B. Dudley 1936, D. Munich 1958, player for Manchester United and England. Grew up on the Priory estate and attended Priory Primary School. I've just seen a boy of only 11 who will play for England one day. Jeff Groves is primary school master, in a letter of 1947 to a friend. So that's a plaque for Duncan Edwards here in Priory Park, Dudley. So that was our first stop in search of Duncan Edwards' grave here at Priory Park, Dudley, where they unveiled the plaque back in 2016, Sir Bobby Charlton. So that was a look at Priory Park, where they unveiled the plaque for Duncan Edwards. Just imagine, he armed his skills over here, eager to get over, play football with his friends, where he later went on to play for Manchester United and England. Just imagine, he could have even played on this pitch here in Priory Park. The Munich air disaster occurred on the 6th of February 1958 when British European Airways Flight 609 crashed on its third attempt to take off at Munich Riem Airport in Munich, West Germany. The aircraft was carrying the Manchester United football team, nicknamed the Busby Babes, along with supporters and journalists. There were 44 people on board, 20 of whom died at the scene. The injured, some unconscious, were taken to Munich's early.I hospital, where 3 more died, resulting in 23 fatalities, with 21 survivors. Duncan Edwards didn't die instantly, but sadly succumbed to his injuries and lost the fight in Munich's early.I hospital 15 days after the crash.
Talking about Duncan, I always mind the things he used to do before a match, and you'd done your little last 30 minutes talking before they went out. And Big Duncan used to say, he meant, we haven't come here for nothing. He would say, come on boys, we ain't come here for nothing, N-U-F-F-I-N. This was always his famous saying before going out.
Either foot, right foot, left foot. He could manipulate the ball any way that he wanted to. If you wanted him to smash a 70-yard crossfield pass, he would pinpoint a 70-yard crossfield pass. He used to run around like a gazelle. He loved scoring goals. He was just a complete player. He was a fantastic defender. He was brave, he was good in the air.
Edwards like a tank when England in trouble in defence.
Sort of a Brian Robson, only twice as powerful, you know. And I'll give you one story. We were playing Chelsea in the semi-final of a Youth Cup game. And before the game, Jimmy Murphy had said, look, you're great young players. You're playing for Manchester United. A lot of you are going to go on for England. And we've got a player, Duncan Edwards, who's in the team. Now, I don't want you to have an Edwards complex. He said before the game, whenever you get the ball, I don't want you to think, oh, we've got to give it to Duncan. Look for each other, your quality players. Play it, everybody get a feel of the ball. And at half-time, it was 0-0. And things weren't going well, and he was giving us Gina's up Murphy. And just before he went out, he said, and by the way, whenever you get the ball this half, look for Duncan, he said. And we did, and we won. And
Duncan Edwards was born on October 1936 in Dudley, West Midlands. He attended Priory Primary School from 1941 to 1948, then attended Wolverhampton Street Secondary School. So Duncan played for England under-14s football team. He signed for Manchester United amateur team on the 2nd of June 1952 and turned professional in 1953. So Duncan Edwards, up and coming in the football world, made his first debut on the 4th of April 1953 against Cardiff City for Manchester United, which I do believe they did lose that match. Duncan made his first debut for England on the 2nd of April 1955 in the British Home Championship, aged just 18 years old, against Scotland. Duncan was known as one of the Busby Babes, the young team formed under the manager of Matt Busby in the mid-1950s, playing 177 matches for the club. So the final chapter in our story of Duncan Edwards as a footballer of Manchester United and England brings us here to the resting place in Dudley Creme on the Stafford Road, which he was laid to rest on Wednesday the 26th of February 1958 at 2:38 p.m. As I'm walking closer towards Duncan's final resting place, you can just see the football statue and all the red of Manchester United. So here we are, Duncan Edwards' grave, the former Manchester United and England superstar who so tragically lost his life in the Munich disaster. What a beautiful grave. I know I didn't know much about you before, Duncan, but after doing the research, such a great footballer and well respected. And let's just have a look what it says. Day of memory, sad to recall, without farewell he lost us all. In loving memory of our dear son, Duncan Edwards, who died Feb 21st, 1958, from injuries received in an air crash at Munich, aged just 21 years old. At this shrine of reward and rest, memory honours those we love and lost. What a touching message. You just see all the memorabilia here that people have left. Teddy bear there, scarves. And I do believe this got pinched before, but they was told to return it, and thankfully they did. Also laid to rest here is Duncan Edwards' sister, Carol Ann, aged just 14 weeks old. Rest in peace, both of you. Even after all this time, you get a real sense of how much Duncan was loved, not only as a fantastic football player, but as an all-round great person, and touched so many people's hearts in the Dudley community. And if you go around Dudley, there's so many memorial things and statues of Duncan. So in memory of Carol Ann and Duncan Edwards, I present these to you. Rest in peace. So I hope you enjoyed that vlog, something a bit different, finding Duncan Edwards, his grave. What a fantastic player he was. He touched so many hearts. Tragically, lost his life too soon, aged 21. But if you do like this kind of content and you want to see me do more, footballers or even celebrities that have sadly passed away, drop a comment down below and like, consider subscribing. But what a touching, moving vlog there in memory of Duncan Edwards. Take care, guys.